Hello? If you're new here, hi, my name is Karis. I'm an artist and creature. Quick save. So 2 things are going to happen today. We're gonna make some miniatures of some cats in a bunch of different styles. Why? Because I love cats. And there's one thing that I have never done. I've never introduced you to my cats. I've not done it before because I have 6 cats. And every single time that I tell somebody that I have 6 cats, they're like, yo, that is too many cats. I would agree that is a lot of cats. It's not my fault. 4 of them were my husband's cats. I only brought 2. Please don't judge me. And if you do judge me, at this point, I'm beyond caring, so it doesn't really matter. It's time for us to unleash the cats. I'm gonna see what y'all had to say. Going over to the Instagram. Immediately I open this and someone's like, a cat ripping a curtain. A burrito. Oh. Oh, I like that. I'm seeing like 4 or 5 people say cactus kitty. I've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, we gotta do the cactus. 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 Oh my god, a hairless cat? My cats. Somebody said my cats. Oh, you guys do want to see my cats. You better be ready. A cat full of despair because its job is sucking out its soul and not even chicken nugs can save it. Dude, you okay? You need a hug? It's okay. You should definitely get another job though, if you're in the position to. Okay, this girl and I work together. I'm gonna blur out her name because I don't want you guys to bother her, but a lily of the valley cat, a mushroom cat. The call is coming from inside the house. Actually, there's 2 people here that said mushroom cat, so like I could do a mushroom cat. Like if I put a mushroom on top of little ears. Catastrophe, a disaster cat. What would a catastrophe look like? Well, we can figure that out. We can't sculpt me. A caterpillar? A caterpillar? I have to do it. I can see one walking in my mind and he's just like, brr. There's like 700 responses. That's too many responses. That's too many slices. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a part 2. The cone of shame kitty. There was only one person who said it. I think it's time for us to go have some fun. You look like you need it. I need it. For our caterpillar, that this is kind of the color scheme that I want to go with. I like the little spots. I think we could paint the spots on. Pretty easy sleazy. I'm trying to figure out what size the balls should be. I think these should be a little bit smaller. Oh, cute. Back rolls. Back rolls. Alyssa Edwards is iconic. Miss Alyssa, I love you. I kind of want him to have like a little bit of like an inquisitive pose, sort of like looking up and questioning. I'm a big fan of this shape. I think he needs one more butt ring. Not a butthole, a butt ring. Butt ring is classier. Okay, I'm gonna make a couple more of these the body oddies. We have got butts in the air. And I think we need just a couple more back rolls. This isn't really feeling like chubby enough to me. I think because I want these guys to sort of be looking up inquisitively, I would like for them to have slightly larger eyes than normal. He looks like he's got a little pacifier. It's just the stamp. Oh! Oh! I like this longer, extra disapproving mouth. He said, who are you? Please leave. They see me rolling. They hating. I like the rolls. Okay, let's make a bunch of paws. Positive that we can do it. Oh yeah, this is the vibe. I think I'm gonna dust the top with a little bit of flavor to give it a gradient, and then we're gonna pop them in the oven and bake them. So for the gradient on top, I'm just using a nasty old eyeshadow palette and I am tapping it onto the backs of our caterpillars. And I also decided that I wanted them to have big apple red cheeks, so I used a little bit of pink eyeshadow for that. Once they came out of the oven, I cleaned off all of the excess, all fresh and clean from the back. And since I had all the powder off, it was time for me to try and mimic nature with some of these patterns. They say that these markings are on caterpillars to warn predators and say, I'm poisonous, I'm dangerous. If I saw this, I'd be like, this is the least poisonous, dangerous thing ever. This is a baby. Oh yes, you're so big and frightening with your spots. These look like little eggs. Like the caterpillar that earned its stripes, So have you guys earned the right to meet some of my kitties? Okay, so I'm about to introduce you guys to some of the kitties. I'm really excited to do this, but before we do that, I just gotta go over a couple things because I know you guys are gonna have some questions and I wanna make sure that they're answered. Some of my cats do have disabilities. I am working hand in hand with a vet. We're on a first name basis. I could text her if anything goes wrong. I work from home, so we can look over them around the clock. My husband also works from home. We run this business together. Part of the reason that we really love working from home is so that we can keep a close eye on them and make sure that they're really comfortable. This house is a reasonable enough size for all of these cats too. They all have lots of space to spread out. They've got lots of options and accessibility tools for those of them that have physical disabilities to get up and down and move around the house as much as they would like. I'm not gonna show you these either, but there are like way more litter pans than there are cats in the house as well. And they are cleaned daily. I just wanted to go over those things to make sure that you guys know that I really do care about my cats. And I think part of the reason why I haven't shared much information about them is because they're really, really important to me, but so are you guys. And I really want to share some of the joy that they bring into my life because you guys bring so much joy into my life. This cat is named Commander. He is asleep right now, but when he's awake, he lives up to his namesake, and he is named after Commander Shepard from Mass Effect, because my husband at one point wanted to get a pug and name it General Zod. Commander is the most spicy and domineering of my cats. He'll give you a little and he'll give my plushes a little He's a secret sucky baby, and he loves me. He's also the boss of me too. So for our mushroom cat, a lot of what I'm seeing here online is cats that have mushroom hats, which would totally make sense, but I kind of want to do a cat that has the mushrooms for ears. I want to see what the weird one will look like, please. So for our weird mushroom cat, I am starting off with some glow-in-the-dark clay. You guys might not know this, but every single time I make a mushroom, I try to make it glow in the dark. I'm not sure why. This is the vision. Sometimes visions can also be called nightmares. I don't know about this. I don't know if it's reading as cat. Maybe if I give it its tail. I don't think this says cat. I think it says, I feel like it looks like a off-brand Pokemon. I'll paint it with the others before I give you guys my final verdict. Gotta get those mushroom flaps. They're called gills, Karis, but I'm gonna call them mushroom flaps. Okay, this is better. This is looking mushroomy. Yeah, that's pretty cute. But this shape is clearly more mushroom than whatever. I'm still gonna use a little bit of powder to give them the red portion of the mushroom. And I'm gonna bake them and paint them before giving them my final verdict. Someone left this comment for me to make mushroom cats. I don't freaking know. It was some girl I met. Well, I was trying to be special and different, but guess what? Sure is. He's This little guy had a bit of a mess here that I'm gonna try and clean up. It is kind of cute. I don't know. It is still kind of weird. I like weird. Mushroom freckles. And now that we have experienced the weirdness that was that cat, it's time for you to meet 2 of my cow cats. This is Mooey. He is our largest and youngest cat. He's a ladies' man. If a lady with long hair comes into the house, he has got to sit on her, put his head in her hair, and go. And then there's Wendy. So Wendy had a suboral hematoma, which is basically just like a large cyst inside of his ears. So he has really serious hearing issues. They believe that it happened because he had frostbite. We adopted him. He is so affectionate. Because he has hearing issues, he also really likes it when you whistle at him. It's one of the only sounds that he can hear, and he'll sing to you. Next up on our roster is the cactus. I am still not sure how to say this one. I started off by making a tube out of brown clay, slicing through it, and then I also flattened out some other clay so that I could cut it into longer strips and make the brim of the pot. To attach our brim, I just very delicately wrapped these strips around the base of the clay, and I also decided that to cover up the unseemly seam, I would make a little bow. Because as always, if I like something, I gotta put a bow on it, and I knew that I was gonna like this one before I'd even gotten really into it. For the main portion of our I made these balls and then put a little needle tool on it so that I could make some indentations before putting our eyes in and attaching some pointy ears. I really like the look of cactuses in bloom because they tend to bloom such unique colors, so I added a pink flower on the top and frilled out the center.
To finish it off, I painted on the spines, and now it's time to meet another kitty.
Then we've got Crochin, who we also call Grandpa. His previous owners didn't take very good care of him. There was an incident with his hind leg, and so we took him and gave him a better life. He was the first cat that I had. And so now we give him all sorts of different accessibility tools. He's got little stairs so that he can walk up. We've also taken Crochin to the vet to ask if he's experiencing any sort of pain in his legs because of the accident that he was in. The vet has actually assured us that he's not in any pain because he's walking. He's adjusted. He's been able to find a way that works for him. And we've noticed that over the years, his step has gotten better and better and better. Fun facts about Crochin: if you start petting him, you can't stop petting him because he'll guilt trip you and put his little paw on you, and he'll give you these eyes like, excuse me, why are you stopping? Please don't do a stopping. Please do a continuing.
Now for our next miniature, we're going to be diving into the burrito. This one took a little bit of finagling to figure out because I wasn't really sure at first how we were going to make the tortilla like not snap in half and also be able to pose it. But then I realized that we can make a pillar and I would just be able to fake that it was full of stuff by putting a little line down it and then stuffing everything around it instead. Take that!
Feel like my goal with this is to make our burrito as like sleepy and snuggly as possible. So I feel like inside she needs a little bit of like bedding. A bed made of lettuce and cheese. Girl, your bed is stinky.
To create the illusion of shredded cheese, I put some yellow clay out on this little acrylic brick, and then I sliced it very finely and separated it so that everything looked like it was kind of doing its own thing.
I figured this was like a good color for our burrito meato. Burrito meato. Super neato.
To create the illusion that the burrito had been rolled around our cat, I put some little paws on first before squishing the head down.
Oh my goodness. There's a little baby. He's stuck in there.
Honestly, if I could live in this burrito, I probably would.
He might need like a little, either some cheese or lettuce on his head. Maybe a little bit of both. If I was popping out of a burrito, I'd need a little bit of cheese and lettuce stuck to my head too.
I added the finishing touches to our burrito, like the stamp and the texture on the burrito meat, and I also realized that it needed a little tail popping out of the crevice.
He's stuck in there! Someone help him out!
Because I was having so much fun with this one, I made a little tomato heart to add to our little like cheese and lettuce hat. And that's it for this burrito. Let's meet another cat.
I know that I'm not supposed to have favorites. I know. Freya's my favorite. I love her. I love her so much. I found her in a bush.
Here are our Freya facts. So Freya is the only cat that is allowed in the studio because she's super well behaved, and she will also sit inside of a basket. She's also the only cat that I have ever met that will play fetch. So if I throw her mouse toy, she will grab it, and sometimes she'll bring it back to me. I couldn't film her doing it because I like to respect her privacy and dignity, but she will let out quite the caterwaul to let me know, Mom, dinner's ready. I got the mouse ready for you. Freya basically spends most of her day following me around the house and wiggling on the carpet. Since I found her, she has kind of been my little shadow, which I genuinely do not mind.
So for the catastrophe, we have something kind of special today. Let's Resin has sent me this glow-in-the-dark pigment. You guys might remember I tested out their thermochromatic powders in one of my other videos, and afterwards they said that they would send me this because I like the thermochromatic powder so much. So we're gonna test this out today with the catastrophes. And if you guys like the results, there's an affiliate link in the description for you to get some. I have a good feeling. I think it's gonna be good. There is 12 different colors in here. I am not gonna be able to test all of them today, I don't think, but we're definitely gonna be using the pink. Step number 1 is we are going to blend some of this into some clay, and then I am going to roll it out into balls. This is a lot of blending, so pray for my arms. Let's put this little burrito in the pasta maker. There was this fancy person and they had an automatic pasta machine that just like put the clay through. I was so excited, but I don't know where to find it. So if anybody knows where I can get that automatic, like an automatic clay machine, that would be really neat. Maybe it might be time for me to replace it. I'm gonna let this rest, and I think that the other thing I'm going to do after I sculpt the shapes is I'm gonna do a little dusty dew of this on top so that it really shines through. That's so bright. I really like the way that this green looks. Like, it's so slimy. I think before baking, I am going to add a little tail. I have a plan for something that I'm going to lay over top. but I don't think that the tail will blend in as well if I add it after the fact. So I'm gonna give each of these little critters a tail before we pop them in the oven. Okay, so I haven't revealed this to you guys yet, but I am going to be doing it kind of like a little X-ray because they use radiation for X-rays. So our catastrophe have a little skeletal head. You want to know what the real catastrophe is? I baked a whole sheet. I baked a whole sheet of that glow-in-the-dark clay. Put one over here to keep it away from the dust, and it's just here now. I'm sure I'll find some way to use it. I'll probably grind it up and make some glow-in-the-dark dust. Ooh, radioactive Pringle. Oh my gosh, this powder's rad. Guys, can you see that? It is not that dark in here, and those are fluorescent. These babies just need a little bit of paint. I'm gonna show you what they look like in the Moody Glamour shots. I'm saving what I think is the best for last. This is my cat Beef. Beef also, he is the rarest of our cats because he is a tortie, and I don't know the exact statistics. I think it's something like a 1 in 100,000 chance that a tortie will be male. Torties are not supposed to be boys, but Beef is a tortie. That also means that he comes with a little bit of extra flavor. The people that had him before us didn't realize that he had diabetes, and I think they were also feeding him too much and a diet that contributed to that. Basically, with the diabetic cats, you have to do something called a blood glucose curve, and so we do that on a regular basis to adjust his dosage to keep his diabetes stable. Oh, he knows we're talking about him. Hey, honey. Did you wake up from your nappy? So I'm gonna show you something very special about Beef. One of the things that we realized that Beef really loves. Yes, Beef, you wanna talk to people? Beef? Oh, Beef. You can say his name, he'll talk back. And then the other thing about Beef that's really great is he likes pee-pee hats. So we found this out by chance. Because he experiences incontinence, we like to believe that the hats help his self-confidence. Sometimes we put a little hat on Beef, and we've noticed that when he wears his little hat, he has a much better time. We have a special drawer here that's full of pee-pee hats. Okay, which pee-pee hat do we want today, Beefy? Oh, pee-pee hat penguin. Yes, are you so excited? Here is our stylish man. Oh my god, he loves the pee-pee hat. Oh wow. He does this every time we put the pee-pee hat on. He's probably gonna be doing that for a while. He's so happy to have his pee-pee hat back on. I took it off to wash it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Ham. In an homage to Beef, we're gonna make some silly looking little cones of shame. Cause here we're all about boosting your confidence. It's no longer the cone of shame. Let's go make a cone of confidence.
For our cone of confidence, I'm going to be making some little black cats as a base because they're a nice neutral color, and I think whatever colorful thing we put on top will really stand out if they can peek out from it.
They're just staring up at me and pleading. This is very effective. Okay, I'm gonna bake these, and then it's time to make them the colors of confidence. We have got our cats, we have got some fabric, and I have got my scissors. Rise up, kitties! I think what I'd like to do is I want to make the cones look like flowers. The cones of confidence. Cannot be compromised with. I concur. Oh my goodness. Ta-da! And now you won't lick your privates. Let's try making some in a couple of different colors. Oh, look at your sun hat. I'm ready to go in the garden. When you want to transform into a French fry. When your mom brings home clothes for you to try on. I gotta make more petals for this guy. More petals. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm gonna add a few more details so that there's a little bit of a surprise in the Moody Glamour shot. The other thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to make one for Beef, and he is gonna kick off the Moody Glamour shots. So I hope you enjoy.
So I did just want to pop in and give you a few of the observations I'd had about how Beef responded to this pee-pee hat. I made it so that he is able to drink as much water as he wants, and he also said that it is very comfy to roll around and play in.
You love pee-pee hat?
I'd say that's a 10 out of 10 from Beef. Let's go look at some of the miniatures he's inspired.
special left to show you. Let's see how these glow.
The glow on these is actually insane. It's like there's light source. I could not be happier with the results.
If you like these or any of the other designs from today, I am actually going to be including them in our next shop update, which is going to be on Friday, June 13th at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And yes, that is Friday the 13th. So expect some more cute and creepy styles, kind of like the catastrophes. If you would like to get a reminder of when it's going to happen, I highly recommend signing up for our email list on my website. It's the best way to support this channel and keep me making silly and weird videos like this. So I hope I'll see you there. Hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today and meeting my kitties. I'm so excited for you to finally get to know them. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, I love you. Bye!